CM Punk is having a problem backstage with another wrestler. Surprise, surprise. Phil's being difficult again. Let's get this over with.
Hold up. It's a black-owned business in the wrestling business? Pro wrestling bits, let's go!
With WWE Raw making its return to Toronto, Canada, one of the biggest WWE Divas in history is back in the news. Of course, I'm talking about CM Punk. The former WWE champion has taken his bridge-burning world tour to Jacksonville, a city filled with bridges he can burn. 1 year after drawing 1.1 million viewers to AEW Rampage on August 20th, 2021, AEW's viewership for both Rampage and Dynamite are slipping during CM Punk's snakebitten world title. Punk's debut in AEW is at the center of the wrestling world during SummerSlam weekend, where WWE had to yank Brock Lesnar off his tractor to salvage a headline or two. But with the Triple H era in full effect, IWC whisperer Paul Levesque is out AEWing AEW with surprise appearances, more professional wrestling, whatever that means, and a smorgasbord of internet wrestling comfort food. Combine that with WWE's built-in mainstream appeal, especially these days, and suddenly AEW is no longer the darling of the wrestling wars. In a move of sheer desperation, and with WWE having all this momentum, AEW is giving away one of its biggest world title matches in history on Dynamite, as CM Punk faces Jon Moxley for the undisputed AEW Championship. Just 2 weeks before Moxley and Punk are presumably set to main event AEW All Out. Phil seems to be feeling the pressure too, as he lashed out at Hangman Page in a shoot promo for disrespecting him backstage. That's right, Karen Punk is taking a private issue that upset him and has decided to make it everybody's problem. This is par for the course for CM Punk, by the way, because CM Punk is a diva and an egomaniac. Always has been a diva and an egomaniac, always will be a diva and an egomaniac. No different from some of the biggest stars in the history of wrestling, like Hulk Hogan, Brock Lesnar, and Shawn Michaels, to name a few. I just wish people would keep that same energy for every top star involved in backstage drama. Let there have been a black woman with as much drama attached to her as CM Punk. She wouldn't have made it out of OVW. She'd be saddled with the difficult label and cast out of wrestling. In fact, it took Vince McMahon's unfathomable forced retirement and $20 million in hush money payments for WWE to finally see the light and hopefully bring back Sasha and Naomi after they ruffled some feathers backstage. Sasha and Naomi were insubordinate unprofessionals, remember? And this is not just WWE speak either, right, Twitter? CM Punk reportedly almost stayed home from AEW Dynamite, but because CM Punk has all those stripper tattoos and all that white skin, he gets a pass with a lot of people as being punk rock, man. CM Punk isn't a diva, he's a rebel, dude. He's just fighting the system, brother, like a martyr should. CM Punk wrestled in ROH in 2005, man, so he's earned his temper tantrums. Pfft. You know what? I'm getting bored of always covering all these backstage CM Punk meltdowns. It's so 2014. Okay, I get it. You can't get along with Colt Cabana or Ryback or Triple H or Tony Atlas or random commenters on Twitter whom you give that power to. I get it. You're high maintenance. God. We've seen this before with Phil and we'll see it again. So let's switch it up and get creative. Let's cover CM Punk's Diva Behavior, but the way many wrestling fans and media would cover it if he was a black woman. Let's talk about Keisha Punk for a second. Seriously, start this over, Rio. Keisha Punk has stepped out of line after lashing out at hardened professional wrestler Hangman Page, and she has to be stopped.
Wow, you're in the mix with Pro Wrestling Bits.
Keisha Punk went rogue during a recent AEW promo, unprofessionally and insubordinately calling out Hangman Page. I don't know where this uppity diva gets her nerve to bite the hand that fed her and go against all those precious letters and numbers that were written down on the contract she signed. A little food for thought, if Keisha Punk doesn't like it here, maybe she should go back to where she came from. Keisha Punk reportedly threatened to no-show a recent AEW Dynamite, and personally, I think Tony Khan should fire her ass and set an example for the rest of the locker room to fall in line. Back in the territory days, if somebody like Keisha Punk would have so much as raised her voice to a promoter, she'd have been, okay, I think we get the point here. That's a good place to stop this bit. Point is, CM Punk is a great wrestler and an even greater diva. That type of temperament is industry standard among elite pro wrestlers who all share the same carny roots. Unfortunately, sometimes pro wrestling drama is dismissed as just that, drama, workplace drama, where Tony Khan needs to just sit down with his upset talent and get on the same page. Other times, that drama is covered as talent being difficult and having a problem with authority. That going against authority narrative is few and far between with the CM Punks of the world, because even though CM Punk's gimmick is that of a rebellious teenager, he was basically born with authority. And I don't want to hear shit about this potentially being some elaborate storyline. Ooh, because if that's the case, boy, AEW is more desperate than I originally thought. In fact, one of the reasons I think AEW's ratings have cooled off in 2022 is that forbidden door type booking that only placates its most hardcore fans, all while alienating what's left of the casuals. Elaborate worked shoot storylines don't transcend past a small group of mostly male fans who already watch the product, and there's far more to lose than there is to gain. So whether it's CM Punk versus Adam Page, MJF versus Tony Khan, or FTR in a backstage power struggle with the Young Bucks, not only will AEW alienate the more casual portion of its audience, they'll also run the risk of these storylines becoming reality. AEW is playing with fire with all these dog-whistling elaborate storylines that are designed to work a niche audience. Dirt sheet duplicity or not, in no industry does life imitate art faster than in pro wrestling. Elaborate storyline. Remember when Edge was dating Lita as part of an elaborate storyline? Remember when Vince McMahon was hooking up with his co-workers as part of an elaborate storyline? It's just a work shoot, right? You keep putting your hand on that stove and see what happens. Not only is there a very palpable perception that Tony Khan is having issues controlling his locker room, many top AEW stars, in a locker room dominated by former WWE guys, simply aren't as intimidated by Tony Khan as they were by Vince McMahon. There is a very real possibility that an elaborate storyline about AEW's backstage drama could work itself into a shoot where Tony Khan legitimately loses control of his locker room if that hasn't happened already. Is CM Punk going to finish out his contract with AEW, or will he be the latest wrestler to force himself out of a contract? Is this all some type of bullshit elaborate storyline to work the dirt sheets? Are you Team Punk or Team Hangman? Tell me in the comments!